Over Moscow here with another quick and dirty Tactica, going over a fight that I had just the other day. My Adeptus Custodes, a new army for 9th edition for me, trying them out. They're quite powerful, being an elite army. Versus Adeptus Mechanicus, also quite powerful this edition. They can shoot basically anything off the table. Doing it on TTS, Tabletop Simulator. Uh, been doing it for a few months now. Sure, a lot of us have with the coronavirus going around. In the Quarantine Hammer GT, we're working with the retrieval mission today, and let's move on. Here's my list. I got 2 shield captains on bikes, no Trajan. I know, a little controversial, but I like the punch power of these, and I'm running a single patrol, so you only have your 2 HQ slots. They're both smash captains, essentially. I've got Victor the Blood Games on this first one. He's got the Captain Commander to get the 9 wounds. He's got his Auric Aquilus to give him that 3 of invul and that reroll charges, superior creation for the 5 of Feel No Pain. And then his second in command has Revered Champion. That's why I'm going Achille and Shield. No other reason, just this warlord trait. Revered Companion. I keep saying champion. Revered Companion. You take half damage. Plasma guns are 1 damage to you always. Melta stops being quite as deadly. Although when they come out with the new Melta damage, everybody's got salvo launchers that's on a bike. Just kind of that elite / vehicle meta that I'm seeing countering that are obligatory troops. Had been thinking about going with the ones with the heavy bolter equivalents because they're going to be in the back a lot. But as you can see in this game, the Guardian Spears came in handy fighting off those Deep Strikers. Got ourselves some Terminators, 5 with Castellan Axes. We've got ourselves a Praetor. Gotta take him. The -1 B hit's just too useful. Those bikes that I was talking about, and the Caladius Grav Tank. I know a lot of people not into it. It's too expensive. Might as well just take Palace Tanks instead. But it's tougher, which will help with some secondaries and future battle reports. And I like it. And it hasn't served me wrong yet. And a Venerable Land Raider. Those last cannons, especially with the Archaeotech munitions later on in the game, after all the bikes have been wiped out, really get some hammer in. And that's what that looks like in TTS. Our Land Raider, our Grav Tank, all of our bikes ready to roll. Really small, compact army, which is nice for the smaller tables of 9th edition. This is their army list, the AdMex army list. To be honest, not an expert on it, but I'll tell you what gave me pain, right? Dominus and Daedalus, they helped out their army to shoot me, so some pain. Cataphragm Destroyers, knew they would give me some pain, so I hit them hard early. Skitari Rangers, no pain. Corpse Sakari, no pain. Fulgurites, lots of pain. Iron Striders, lots of pain. Sterilizer, gave me a start, gave him some victory points, but no pain. Cerberus, no pain. Dune Crawlers, pain. Disintegrator, surprisingly no pain. And then the Dune Riders, again, no pain. That's what that looks like on on the table once deployed. You got the Onagers in the back. Honestly, probably too far in the back. They got stuck here quite a bit and lost a turn of shooting at one point because they didn't get in the terrain. The Destroyers being visible, although they didn't have a whole lot of choice. And they tried to block it off with one of these Dune Riders. You got the Corsikari in this Dune Rider and the Fulgurites in this Dune Rider, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Secondaries, I took Grind them down because I thought I would be able to kill more than they did. Engage on all fronts because I was looking to hold the board and bring it down because of all their vehicles. The Also look to engage in all fronts, deploy scramblers and minimize losses. My opponent was telling me they did that because Custodes have a tough time fighting. When you fight Custodes, fighting a third secondary is difficult. And it's true. It's definitely true. I got a mirror match coming out next week, and I also had that same feeling, not knowing what to pick for the third one. So this is bottom of turn one, because he forced me to go first, which, I say under protest, I kind of wanted him to be closer so my shots would do more damage, but in between putting together this presentation and speaking to you now, was pretty good to go first. I slammed this Dune Rider, causing these Corpse Shikari to come out, and then slammed these Grav Cannon Cataphrons pretty hard. So I didn't take a lot of teeth out, but I took at least one incisor, and that was worth something. You see, you got my guys in the back holding this objective. Alerts Terminators on the board, pushing forward, trying to counter this Corpse Shikari threat. We got one Smash Captain, I believe it's my Warlord. Yes, it is my Warlord, coming to fight these Sulphur Hounds. Top of turn 2, during his turn, the Admech blew away all my bikes, except for Smash Captain that was with them. The Smash Captain took out the Sulphur Hounds and has moved forward. Galaris Terminators just pushing forward. Vexilla giving us the -1 to be hit. Still no progress in the back, or still no activity in the back. As you can see, we also took out 2 of the Iron Striders, coming out with shots from the Land Raider and the tank. But these Iron Striders, they really contributed to taking out my bikes. And with all the strats that you can throw on them, they're very, very deadly. Okay. Yep. Turn 3. The captain is still stuck with the Dune Rider back here. This Bellicosa Cannon 1. Really needed him to get out of there earlier, but you do what you can. These Fulgurites just handed my secondary captain a can of whoop ass, and then had 2 up invols on the objective. It was quite indecent. My Terminators shot into them, did nothing. Honestly, these Terminators would have been better over here. Man, it was just bad. I think this is the turn where this Onager didn't get to shoot because he's not in the terrain and there wasn't anything here. And this is line of sight blocking. Oh, and yes, this is the turn that the Sterilizers came down and killed 1 Custodian. You can see there's 1 Sterilizer left. The Custodians in melee killed 9 of them. It was glorious. Glorious. Okay, so this is Admech turn 4. They're pushing forward, trying to clean me off to the side. Everybody's ready to go to take this Land Raider out. The Sterilizer is moved to try to get that deploy scramblers next turn. I'm starting to be cagey. I'm pulled this back to shoot off this objective. I've pulled him, or they fell back with this Dune Rider, and instead of chasing it, I came back to pull this objective off, and we're turning the board now. As you can see, I still have my Land Raider. I got a lucky save on a 6 because the Land Raiders have that 2-up armor, so even the -4 on the neutron cannons can't kill it with no save. He didn't end up killing the Land Raider with these Fulgurites. I thought he might, but it looks like he wanted to come back here and clean me off this objective, but it was a little too late. He ends up going back to deploy scramblers with this massive Death Star of a squad. And he also deploys scramblers this turn back here with the sterilizer. Nothing to be done. It's just too fast. We did clear this objective and this objective. He has to bring back his Iron Striders to hold it. We're positioned in such a way that these Onager Doom Crawlers can't see this tank, and we try to make it so that you can't see the Smash Captain. Works out pretty good because between the tank and the Smash Captain, we take out the Iron Striders. We clear that sterilizer back here, getting us those grind them down points. It really just was managed to hold on to these 3 objectives for most of the game, push onto these objectives, making it so that they only ever were holding 2 reliably. Got a lot of grind them down points, got a lot of bring it down points, and I just held more of the table for the recon equivalent for longer, because he's got almost all of his army in this corner for the entirety of the game. I can control the board, and 9th edition is all about controlling the board. So that was a battle report of 9th edition in the ongoing Quarantine Hammer GT. I hope this video finds you well. Over Mosca, out.